What's up guys, it's Lollylord, and I just solved Glamrock Bonnie. One of the biggest mysteries from Security Breach was where is Glamrock Bonnie? It's not like he's just not in the game because he's mentioned plenty of times, but we also don't see him at all. So obviously, everyone was lost on where to start, but I think I just got everything right. From the Pat-Pats to who killed Bonnie, I have all the answers. Now before I start, I need to make this clear. This is all by the assumption that the Mimic is not Glitch Trap and Glitch Trap is still William Afton's conscience. But before we start, let's recap what we know about Glamrock Bonnie. In Security Breach, we got basically nothing. All we have is Bonnie Bull, some hidden duffel bags, some vague voice lines, and slight inferences. We know that on the day he went missing, he left his green room, went to the East Arcade, then was last seen in Monty Golf. We also know that the staff is aware of Bonnie's death and are excited to make Monty the new bass player. That's all we got from Security Breach's base game. But what about Ruin? We know that the official cover-up for Bonnie's disappearance is that Bonnie retired and handed his bass over to Monty. That's obviously BS. The actual important things we get, though, are the scattered Pat-Pats around the ruined Pizzaplex and the shattered corpse of Bonnie. Bonnie is hidden with 4 Pat-Pats behind the bowling alley in a secret room so that nobody can find him. That's all we really get from Bonnie's mystery from the games. So now, let's figure out the first step. Why the Pat-Pats? Bonnie's mystery was already confusing in Security Breach, but now with Ruin, it did nothing but complicate things more. We have what Bonnie looks like, which deconfirms some things. We have the information of Bonnie dying in Bonnie Bowl, and we have the Pat-Pats. The Pat-Pats confused everyone because in Security Breach they were nothing but a meme. Why do you have to deactivate them and why are there so many of them? Well, think about this. When you walk up to the Pat-Pats, they look away. But as soon as you put on the bunny mask, they look at you and follow you around. Only then can you deactivate them. Do you see anything familiar about this? I think this perfectly represents William Afton in all of his murders at Freddy's. If he's just walking around the pizzeria, he's a normal person. But with the Spring Bonnie suit, all the kids immediately get hooked and follow him to a secret room so William can kill them. In Glamrock Bonnie, Spring Bonnie, it all starts to come together. So now that we have that fixed, how are they connected to the mystery of Glamrock Bonnie? Bouncing right back from the current Afton metaphor we have, I believe this is the same thing. Once you defeat the 27 main Pat-Pats representing the dead kids, you unlock one final Pat-Pat right in front of the garage that holds Glamrock Bonnie. Once you deactivate that last Pat-Pat, the garage opens and you can get to the secret. What you see is Glamrock Bonnie with glowing eyes and 4 Pat-Pats surrounding him, staring at the player. These Pat-Pats are different. Not only do they look at you, but they also have a different and more interesting meaning. The other wet floor signs were simply the souls stuffed into the suits. These 4 Pat-Pats are separate for some reason. I feel like these are the mediocre melodies that copy Cassidy's voice in Ultimate Custom Night. These are the souls keeping Afton in his personal hell, Ultimate Custom Night.
He tried to release you. He tried to release us. But I'm not gonna let that happen. I will hold you here. I will keep you here. No matter how many times they burn us.
I know that it's actually just Cassidy using the mediocre melodies to talk, but it's what I can make out of it. Once you deactivate the last 4 Pat-Pats, the glow in Bonnie's eyes go normal. I think this is exactly like the endings in FNAF 3. If you beat the game and get the bad ending, you see the 4 heads of the animatronics with glowing eyes. You'll also see Golden Freddy's head with glowing eyes as well. Glamrock Bonnie also has bright glowing eyes. But if you get the good ending, all of the eyes are blank, including Golden Freddy. This represents all of the souls being set free. That's what you do in the ending by giving Cassidy her birthday gift she always wanted. In Ruin, this represents Afton getting out of UCN and going into the Glitch Trap virus, which eventually leads to Help Wanted. And this all fits in because of the Springlock failure in the bad ending, representing Cassie killing the Pat-Pats and keeping Glamrock Bonnie alive, just like Springtrap. So, I solved the whole Pat-Pat ordeal, and I did it pretty well. It solves why the two things are connected and what it all means. Now we get to who killed Bonnie, how did they kill Bonnie, and why. Let's start with the easiest question of the 3. How did he die? When you see Glamrock Bonnie, you see some broken parts of a bowling ball, hinting that he got smashed by a bowling ball. But this leads to a whole different question. Who was it that did this? Now, the clear first option back when Security Breach came out was Monty. Monty got too jealous of Bonnie being the head bass player, so Monty dismantled him and he eventually became the new bass guy. There was a lot of evidence to back this up, too. He was last seen in Monty Golf. Monty is super aggressive, and he also was a bass player. But then it hit me. Monty doesn't have feelings. These robots aren't possessed or anything even similar. They're just super advanced AI animatronics. And even if I am wrong on that statement, I still have a better option. I think it was secretly Vanny being possessed by Glitchtrap being told to smash him with a bowling ball. I don't think it's Monty because he's a robot. It isn't any of the other Glamrock since there's no evidence to prove it or logical reasoning, and I can't think of anyone else. Now for the most confusing part of this whole mystery and why Glamrock Bonnie is so complex. Why did Vanny kill Bonnie? Well, like I said, she's under the control of Glitchtrap, so it's not Vanessa's doing. I believe Bonnie was getting too close to the truth and had to be killed. He was beginning to get to Roxy Raceway and found the sinkhole. He almost got down to FNAF 6, but didn't have the right requirements. But luckily, since we upgraded Freddy throughout all of Security Breach, we got down there and saw what was lurking under the Pizzaplex. I think this is the best theory we have for the mystery of Glamrock Bonnie. It covers all of the bases we needed to get over with, and although the end was mostly assumptions, it makes a ton of sense to the plot. To sum up this theory, the Glamrock Bonnie mystery is one big metaphor for Afton's killings and tests up until he got burnt in FNAF 6. The true theory is that Glamrock Bonnie sadly died to Glitchtrap because he went somewhere he wasn't supposed to. Luckily, the Pat-Pats are there keeping his soul alive and intact. But as soon as we get too powerful, we kill Bonnie 100%. If there is one thing I don't like about this theory, it's that I don't know how the Pat-Pats spread around the Pizzaplex. Also, I don't know who is really inside the Glamrock Bonnie suit, unless it is just a metaphor for Mr. Afton. Other than those details though, I seriously solved Glamrock Bonnie in his almost entirety. I don't usually make theories, but I just pieced this together and had to make a special video about it. So, I hope you enjoyed the video. I would just quickly like to add that some of this theory was done with Meatloaf Man. We were talking about it together, and we came up with the theory. He came up with some of the things that I didn't get, so I would just like to shout him out here. With that, thank you all so much for watching. Dislike the video as much as humanly possible, and with that, I will see you in the next one. Toodaloo.